Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018, Career Mode, episode number 34. We are right at the end of the season. We're going to roll over into the 2020 season here in a short period of time. We've got 2 races left, but there are still some things undecided. First, the news. La Vuelta a España. Marcel Kittel won the final stage over Andre Greipel, but it is Tom Dumoulin who has won the overall, with Mikel Landa for Movistar in second and Primoz Roglic for Team Sky in third. And let's see, Willy Vilvol, one of my unsigned riders, has now signed with Direct Energy for next season. And John Harris has injured himself in training, has a broken rib. Will probably miss the rest of the season, I'm assuming, with just 2 races and only a week to go. You'd see no level ups for the team. That's a little bit worrying going forward. Yeah, mid-October, so yes, Harris is done. Now, my worry is, where will we be next season? Is it Continental or Pro Continental? We weren't able to make the big signings that I was hoping for this season. We do have a $12,000 budget increase, and we improved the bottom end, but the riders we wanted to sign wanted 10 to 12,000. We couldn't get those. So, as a result, we had to settle for similar riders to what we signed last year. It improves the overall of the team more consistently at 71, 72. But in the end, we got 1 rider at a 73. We are almost 3 stars. See, 38th right there, 3 stars. But we are still 42nd. We have 1 week left. There's still about 3 weeks left in the season. So there's still plenty of nervous energy in me right now. But one thing I'm keeping an eye on at this point is a search of who is left, what's left on the market. And here's the fantastic news. The best rider left is a 71, and even then there's only a few of those, meaning the teams that are below me, even if they sign these guys, they're not going to improve significantly. So, we're not clear. We are not clear yet, but I think we're getting close. I think we are getting close. We probably will not drop any further. If we do, we might only drop maybe 1 spot. I don't think we're going to drop 4 spots and drop off that bubble and stay in Continental. I think we have made it. I hope we have made it, but it's still not certain. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the episode. First off, we have a team time trial, Duo Normand, 53 kilometers. Let's jump right into it till our team is up. Alright, so we are ready to get rolling. I'm going to have a really difficult decision here early on, deciding just how hard to push. We'll have to keep an eye out, try to keep the team together for as long as we can. For the moment, I've got everyone on an equal relay, and over time, I will alter that to have our stronger riders spend a bit more time on the front. Also, I know that I will not and do not need to finish with every rider. So we will have a couple riders dropped. So what I need to keep an eye on is kind of how we're doing right now at about a 88. So pushing at about an 88 with each of them spending 10 seconds on the front. We had that little uphill to start, so we'll see. We've got a little bit of a downhill now, so the guys are riding a little bit easier. And yes, we do have energy in the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and push up to about a 94 now. We'll see Might even have to go full 99s. Let's go 99s and see if we can keep up with that. I'd rather back off than not have gone hard enough. First checkpoint coming up. There are 3 along the way. We might be a little off the pace on this first one as we started with an 88, not a 99. We'll see though if 99 is whether we could actually maintain that. That'll be kind of the big test. Seems like we can. We're certainly not dropping quickly. Still have guys with a little bit in the tank. I mean, when it's your turn, obviously you're going backwards. So we are 10th, a minute off the pace. There are a handful of teams here. Not sure how many, actually. Let's see. What is... Oh, there's quite a few. 3, 6, 7, 14, 20 teams here. So it's a pretty big event. Just 12 teams, 13 teams through the checkpoint, and we are very much towards the back. So not a good start, but we are going a little bit better now, and it looks like we are maintaining the 99s just fine. Let's go ahead and speed it up as we ride through for now. Fifteenth, 16th out of 17. We're still almost the slowest, but we should be a bit faster this time now. It's 10th again, actually. We're still losing time, but we didn't lose as much time on this checkpoint. Alright, so that was 19th out of 20 teams at the first checkpoint. There is nothing more than that. I'm going to slow things down here as we continue to push. And yes, we are making it over that climb okay. The only one negative right now is Van Ginneken. Second checkpoint, we are still second to last. We've now put over a minute on St. Michael. And we've closed the gap on some others, but we are not doing terribly well, so I really should have pushed from the get-go, unfortunately. And actually, I should put my better time trialists a little bit longer here and get the weaker guys less time on the front, not because of survival, because we need our best guys to get us a little quicker. Garrison's looking pretty strong today, so you can go longer. Ooh, Simpson's looking fantastic. And Van Hemlen, bring it down to 9 seconds. Okay, so a little more balance in the team as we head towards the finish line. But yes, I should have gone 99s from the get-go, and that certainly hurt. We probably lost 20 seconds that way, which, you know, you take 20 seconds now, and we're not looking a whole lot better than where we're at. Maybe 4, 5 spots higher, so we're just not that strong. There we go. So again, 19th out of all 20. Third checkpoint, though, we have moved up. We have definitely moved up, so that's a good sign that we're getting there. I might not finish with everyone. No, we will. We will. This is the last hardest climb. This is going to do the most damage, but Van Ginneken, Vilvul might not make it, but it looks like we'll have just about everybody else. 11th place at this checkpoint. There are a number of top teams here. You can see that there are, 7, 8 World Tour teams as we come up on the finish line. 7th at this point. Keep an eye out, kind of see as we move along. So that's 4 teams for sure behind us. Possibly more. We finished 3 minutes off the pace. 8th fastest now. 5 teams behind us. Here, third checkpoint, there's still 1 team coming. 13th out of 20 at that point, so we really do move up the standings a good bit. What about the finish line, though? Are we still 13th best? 11th right now with 4 teams left across the line. Mitchelton Scott is quickest by nearly half a minute. Lotto Sudal and BMC separated by just 1 second. 12th fastest now out of 17. So the only chance to improve is if all 3 finish behind us. 12th out of 18. I like that. 19, 1 left. So we'll either move up 1 more spot. Nope, 13th. So we at least went from 19th to 13th, but not great, not great. We could have done better. But Mitchelton Scott takes the win. One race to go, and we will definitely check in with where we're at. That's not going to be worth any points, by the way, either. But we'll definitely check in where we're at on the prospects for next year. That's the big thing. This race doesn't matter. Not a big deal. The World Championships don't matter. I'm not going to participate. I will bypass those. Ready to begin the final race of the year. It's a short one, just 115 kilometers. Pretty much sprint finish for that one. Individual time trial, I did not participate. Quick sim, but Rowan Dennis was the winner this year. Not the first time that he's won it. And in the team time trial, surprisingly, Team Katusha Alpecin were the winners there, as they're not noted as the best time trialing team, but they certainly do have a couple good time trialists. But overall, as a team, a little surprising that they were to get that high. And kind of your top 5 as a whole, not normally, like Bora Hansgrohe, are not known for time trialing. Quick check-in. Moment of truth. Are we still there? No change to the World Tour. And we are still 42nd. I think we've done it. I really do. Alright, I'll see you mid-race. Alright, so we are approaching the final stages, 37k left, and these climbs were too steep. They were much too steep, and it really did a number. But now they are essentially done, besides one last little climb. We've got work to do. Not one of my riders is in the peloton, and we're quite a ways behind. So what we do is we're going to form up as a team, and we've got 33k to give chase. So Vilvol, I think, or Marini. Guyard is on a minus today, so he is not going to be the guy to do the chasing. So it's Guyard, and then it's Veldeman, and then Simpson, and then actually, hold on, let's try this again. Simpson, no, Veldeman, thank you. No. Why won't you switch? Okay, just relax then. Vilvol's negative. I don't want him. So 27k. Time to start attacking. We're going to catch Bull. We'll get him into the line here pretty soon. So Brown, it is time to give some chase here. 25k chase. Can we get back into it? We are 6 minutes and 40 seconds down. I don't think it's going to happen. I really do not, but it's on. Okay, so here is Bull. We're going to get Bull into the mix, and where to put you in the mix. You are going to go behind Guyard. There we go. Feldman, we'll get you ready here soon. Thank you, Arango. Somebody else is wanting to get in on this. Good. So I should let these guys give chase for a little bit. They're willing to give some chase, so chase! Okay, chase is off. Chase we go. 5 minutes. We have gained a lot of ground here. Now it's just a group of 11. Brown's left behind. That's okay.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Group of 8. There's only a couple riders with me here. Alderman, keep attacking. He's holding. He's actually gaining a little bit on them right now, even though he's got no energy. 410. Okay, Simpson, go for it. Feldman, thank you. $340. We've gained a lot of time. A lot of time. Feldman hanging on to the back of the group for now. That's good. Gouillard, what is your deal with always dropping the wheel? Not a good thing. Not a good thing.
There's now just 10 kilometers left. You see that?
11K to go. We're down to 313 behind. This is the climb, so this is actually not the time that I want Gouillard on the front. And just 4 guys left. Simpson's a better climber. We're going to try to just grab onto the back of Simpson until we get up over the climb here. Okay, here's the saddle, but then there's that little more uphill. We'll wait until we hit the top of that, and then I will attack. I've only got 3 guys left, so we're back out to 4 minutes. Alright, this is not steep. Let's go. Let's go. 6K. Just the 3 riders now. Over the top. 5K. Here comes the winner. 34. 34 minutes.
This stage was a real strength sapper.
Bull going 99s. Great job by Bull here. It's downhill, but still a great job. So Vol. And Marini. Decent sprint. Outside of the top 20 though. 35th, 36th is all we could manage as the entire group got dropped on the climb. So 0 guys made it over the top of that. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. He ended up 4.5 minutes down in the end, meaning we didn't really get back much of the time. We did pick up, what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes almost? But clearly not good enough. So not the way we wanted to end the season. Virtually 0 points at the end. So then 987 is probably exactly what we finished with. But now we're kind of down to that moment of truth of, are we going to get the promotion for next season or not?
We've selected the following highlights for you.
So I'm going to have you stay with me, and we'll kind of keep an eye on it together as we move forward. There's still a little bit of time left on the calendar, even though that was our final race. That's not everyone's final race. So let's check the standings part. Let's see. Are we still 987? Yes. No points earned on those final 2 races. We were too far down the standings in both. And World Championships, I'm not going to go through this one. We need 6 riders. Sepp Kuss should be there. Now, Craddock fitness is quite low, so why don't we place him with Paulus and leave those two guys home. Send our doctor with you. Can we? Oh, we can't because he already did something today. It's the same day as the race we just finished. Wilco Kelderman, by 23 seconds, is the world champion. Wow, good for him. For just a 77, that is fantastic. Job by the man from Utrecht. So, Kwiatkowski, almost a two-time winner, but takes second. Michael Woods, job to take third. There's Van Garderen down at 34th. Was that the highest American? It was. They probably would have done better had I been there, but they certainly wouldn't have been necessarily in any type of contention to win. Alright, so 30 September. We're about to hit October. That transfer window is going to close. Transfer market closing soon. Transfer market closing soon. Let's check on that. See what we have. Let's see. Don't need to worry about these. Not worried about too few races. Everybody's got too few races. We have none left. And we already got those results. Delete. Okay. World Championships. Wilco Kelderman. Money did drop a bit, but a lot of that was signing bonuses to replace the staff that we lost. Marini is 19th in continental rankings. Seaspold 231st now, and we are 29th. We've dropped one spot. Griffin Easter has moved up 251 places, and yeah, we dropped one place in the standings. Not a big deal. We barely raced, and we didn't do so well in those races. Transfer market closing on the 20th of October. Okay, 20th of October. It's the 3rd. Let's go forward a couple days, and we'll check back in. Somebody, Jonathan Brown, is leaving. I don't know to who yet. Team Illuminate. So Jonathan Brown going to Team Illuminate for next season. Okay, 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks to go. Let's check in. Top 18 looks pretty secured. Ooh, we've dropped one spot. 43rd. Oh my goodness. 43rd. Bardiani are on the bubble. I was hoping it would keep that screen up. I'm keeping you here. I'm keeping you live for the tension. You can join me. I'm nervous. I am nervous. Sponsorship. Oh, we need to stop for this one. When I get a chance. When I get a chance. We gotta go forward a day for that. We do have our frame signed for next year. It's going to be Trek. Go new day. Space bar. Put an into simulation. There we go. Okay, so group set. Campagnolo. Equipment suppliers. There we go. Group set. So we have two. We have Shram now. 3-year deal with Shram. That's a long deal. I suppose we'll sign. They like us. Alright, so there you go. Our frames are Trek. Our wheels are still Roval. That was a 2-year deal, and we'll stick with Shram for a few more years. No R&D program for us, but we've got to move up before that's going to happen. Okay, 8th of October. 8th of October. Now the 9th. We are getting close. 11 days till the end of the signing period. Like I said, the big names are gone. Best riders left are 71, which should favor us, because that means they can't outdo what we have on our team already, but they can still add to what they have. And if they already have 1 or 2 good riders. So the last couple days of the racing season, though. Things are going to speed up quite suddenly here soon. Now the 11th. I want to do a check-in. Should I do a check-in yet? I was going to wait a week, which would have been... Well, we could do the 13th. We'll do the 13th. And oh man, my nerves are rattled, and we're only 2 spots above the bubble, and we missed out last season by about 2 spots. The team is absolutely better than it was last season, though, so it should be enough, but it looks like everybody's improved. Here we go, 13th checkpoint. 1 week to go in the signing period. And there's still a chance my guys are training. The season isn't officially over, so they technically have not gone home. There we go. Clear that. We'll glance at the team first. Anybody? No, still the same. '43rd. Okay. Still there. 1 week. 1 week to go. Let's go ahead and glance at the market as well. What is left? Literally 1 rider that's a 71 is all that remains. And that's not somebody who's really going to boost your team at all. Which is why he was unsigned and remains unsigned. Only a few guys left that are 70. So it's looking good. It is looking good. But still not guaranteed. Could be in a week, though. Oh, somebody else is moving on. Let's see who was moving on here. Griffin Easter going to Rally. Oh, Rally. Were they below or above me? Well, I mean, it's Griffin Easter. He's, what, a 67, a 68? Still 43rd. And Rally is One spot above. One spot above for Rally. Okay, still 43rd. Just a few days left in the signing period. Still nervous. I don't think they can get past us. I would love to sign one more guy there at Vincourt, but no money. Nothing. Zero. $18th. $19th. Come on, come on. What's it gonna be? Nominations for Rider of the Year. Of course, I haven't been racing the World Tour, guys, so no reason to vote on that for me. But Chris Froome, Vincenzo Nibali, Geraint Thomas, Thibaut Pinot, among the favorites. Closing of the transfer market. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to stop. We're going to stop here. So, Lopez going from Astana to Movistar. Back to where he came from, right? Peter Sagan going to Quick Step. That's the big move to me. Geraint Thomas going to Quick Step as well. Okay, World Tour teams are the same as expected. 43rd. 43rd! Okay, we did it. Continental Pro. Oh, I wanted to sign those guys for the future, but we desperately needed to add a little more quality to the team. So we ended up signing two top guys, a 72 and a 73, to wrap up our signing season. So one final time, we'll take a look here. So, Osorio, the big signing at the end, I think put us over the top. But, let's see, Nicola Conchi also boosted us up. Between those two, we moved up about 5 spots. And that would have been the difference from being in the exact same position we were in a year ago, with everybody improving a little bit, to improving just enough. Just enough to get up there. So the only remnants of the original team next year now are going to be Ian Garrison, Brecht Wachtendorf, and George Simpson. New to the team next year, Keegan Swerble, Sjord Bax, Luis Vervecchi, Nicola Conchi, and Alejandro Osorio. New Colombian rider and absolute leader and expensive man coming to the team. Expiring contracts next year, Simpson, Garrison, Guyard, Van Ginniken, Cease Bull, Wim Velderman, and Vincent van Hemlen. Those guys are definitely going to want a pay increase of some kind. But there you go. We made it. We made it. Now, we've got plenty of time left in this episode. A little bit of time anyway. So I'm going to let the calendar run, and we're going to roll over into the new season here in just a little bit. All right. It's January 1st, 2020. We've made it. We've got some things to look over. I'm not sure if we're going to get to any races the remainder of this episode, but it's time to get set for the 2020 season. First off, the news. The winner of the Cyanide Trophy for the 2019 season goes to Tom Dumoulin, ahead of Chris Froome and Wilco Kelderman. World Tour races now as a Pro Continental team. I have the chance to get an invitation, but if you noticed, we are right at the edge of that list. We just made it into the Pro Continental ranks. So even if I go through and ask for an invite to every single one of them, actually a really good chance that I won't get invited to any this season. We've still got to build our profile a good margin, and there's that 4 or 5 teams at the top of Pro Continental that'll appear at most of those races, or at least a few of those teams will appear at most World Tour races, and it'll be highly unlikely to see more than 1 or 2 teams outside of those top 4 or 5. I need to prepare my calendar for the first 3 months of the year, and in a way for the entire year. Financial summary: huge cash influx as there is every year. We now have roughly 390,000, so big increase from where we left off, and we'll have plenty of money to get through the year, even if we do bleed some after those additional signings. Research and development for Roval goes to Bora Hansgrohe and Astana. No surprise there. And for Trek, I've been chosen for a limited research and development program. I don't get the choices, but we're going to get some new Trek frames, looks like in the month of June. Nice. Here's our delivery of equipment. Let's go ahead and take a look at that as a starter for what we have this year. So our frames from Trek, I was hoping that by going with a big brand like Trek, we were going to see some good results. And look at that. Our aero package, brand new 2019, well, last season anyway. Last season's brand new time trial bike is excellent. It's very good. The climbing version, it's a 2018. It's not the best. The aero's good. The lightness is good. But it's excellent. It feels good. For this is an amazing bike. Our comfort bike for the rest of the way, also, it's average. Oh, it feels very bad though. That's not so good. But still, wow. What an improvement. And our wheels. Look at that. Whoa. Roval, you have given us some really nice wheels. Our disc wheels are excellent. 4 stars. We're going to do well in time trials this year. Let me tell you. It's a decent balanced one here. Reliability is bad on our pure climbing one though. But yeah, look at that. We are looking pretty good in that front. By the way, the staff upgrades that we made from last season to this season, we kept Volgraf. We replaced our regional guy with a national, Leo Van Zeeland, modern. I have not checked in to see how any of those new riders are doing with him. And our new scout Spanish guy, Etcheverria, about 5,000 higher in salary and has an international reputation. So we should get some good scouting results from him. So we are spending more money than we were before, but freed up of rider costs, it's worth it. Let's take a look at the squad at this point before we confirm calendars. And let's see, we have, another 73 now, and it is Van Hemelen. So Van Hemelen has leveled up in the meantime. He's still just a Barrador though, so yay. Woo! Not exciting on that part, but he's really good on the flat. He's pretty good on the cobbles. And yeah, good stamina. Just need Van Hemelen to get something else besides just being a domestique for us. And the occasional cobbled race, which is not our thing. But at least we have 2 guys at a 73 now. We have 4 riders at a 71. Gouillard is a 71 now. He was a 70, wasn't he? Sprint is still the same. Acceleration is still a 71. That's all the same, isn't it? I'm not sure what's changed. In terms of age, Ginnikin, the old man in the bunch at 27. Wachtendorf is a 26 now. Marini is a 26. Simpson, Vervecchi, all 26s. Everybody else is still under 25 eligible. Still a young team. This is one of our big areas, though. I can't get. Let's see. Can we just go natural? Thank you. It won't give me an order. Thanks a lot. This'll give me an order. So Osorio can climb. Conchi can climb. Vervecchi can climb. Swerble can climb. So that is 4 new faces that are all early mid-70s in climbing. And for hills, same. I mean, we had Veldeman was the best at a 71. We got 4 of these guys that are, again, mid-70s. So we're going to be climbing much better this coming season, at least from a handful of riders. Time trial, say, not much change there. Still pretty weak on the time trial. But with that new bike, that little boost, we'll still make waves every once in a while. I've got 2 guys on the cobbles, Veldeman, Van Hemlen. Otherwise, we're not Northern Classics. But we still have a strength in sprinting, as we did before. We retained all of those sprinters, and Gouillard continues to level up rapidly. And with that sprint at an 80 now, a little more acceleration, couple more points. I mean, like, Cease Bull wins some sprints. His acceleration's a 73. Veldeman has won some sprints with a 70. Some. Sorio's got good sprinting, so he'll be a good puncher for like hilltop type finishes. Resistance. Osorio's got good resistance. Van Hemlen's got good resistance. Recovery. Conchi is the best there with Vervecchi. So those guys could go on to win some stage races. Conchi's got a 68 on time trial for Continental, Pro Continental. That'll get some wins. That will. No injuries right now. Alright, let's go to that preseason page and get these guys ready to go. I do want to stagger this out a little bit so that we can hit peaks at different times. Let's go ahead and go. Why would you care about Columbia unless you have that set as an objective? I'm sure he probably does. And these guys are who he chose. So it makes his objective their objective. Okay, so we've got just 2 riders at very high. I've got 4 at high. We need to drop that down by 1. So who's it going to be? Why don't we go normal for Marini? Alright, now on normal, that gives us 5 riders. That's definitely too many. So let's try to get 1 down to... I guess low's the next mark. And we have 4 there, so actually we're okay. I could put you back on high. Yeah, that's enough balance. That'll do just fine. Confirm. Alright, that takes care of that. That takes care of that. Looked at all of those. I have not done these 3 topics yet, necessarily. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the finances first. $66,000 is our monthly investment. We're not getting the results just yet, but I know we're definitely spending over by about $15,000, maybe $13,000 a month. So we are going to need to make sure we do some winning of races. But let's say it's $13,000, right? We've got 10 months until we reach the end of this period and get into whatever the new contract is, because that'll happen by November. We'll be on a new contract. So 10 months, that's $130,000. We've got plenty of balance. Plenty. Not worried about it. Sponsors, still with Nike. The estimation for Max is still the same. And let's see, budget. Acceptable, of course, is identical. What is the increase amount? 6,000. Or 12,000. So no change to that. I thought maybe there would be a boost. But I like that the sponsor confidence is already seen as a success right now, not even having done a race. We are looking at our top objectives for the year, a top 10 in Vlaanderen, the Amgen Tour of California. Ooh, we're going to be going this year. That's a Pro Continental race, so I guess that makes sense. Stage win there. Dubai Tour, first in points standings. Ooh, giving us some interesting objectives this year. Top 5 in Paris Tour, but that is way after the deadline, as well as the Tour of Britain. So those are our 3 primary objectives that we need to try to hit this season that are going to have the biggest impact on the sponsor confidence. Top 10, I like that. I like that. Could be doable. I do have 2 guys that are good on cobbles. MJ Tour of California, really only 2 stages that are possible there. That's going to be really difficult to get a stage win. Really difficult. First in points standings. Again, challenging. Amgen Tour of California is now a World Tour race. Alrighty. It's been promoted. So is Vlaanderen. Does this mean I'm invited to those already? Could it be? Could it be? I don't know. Wow, 4 objectives in the month of January. All top 5s. All low-level races. I should be able to pull off top 5s. Then we have our first big one. And yes, a World Tour Class B race. 2 of them on the calendar. At least according to this. And that tells me we have been invited to those. Deadline. Contract day. These last 4 races are past that point. So we will have signed up. National championships, time trial for France and Italy. Top 10s. Whoa. Alrighty. And then the last big one, that's going to seal the deal, apparently, is Tour of California. Whether we can get a stage win there or not, we should know where we're at for next season by that point. Of course, the objective is to get blue, to get super success, to bring that budget up to $78,000 for next year. Or maybe we're signing a new contract at this point because we are getting awfully close to that max that Nike would give us. And maybe we'll look to a new sponsor depending on what shows up. I know the options from this last year certainly had higher potential, but they were looking at the same value. But we'll find that out. Equipment suppliers, we'll have 1 to sign this year. End of July for that period, so no ways to go on that yet. Let's take a look at our calendar. People's Choice. National Championships for Colombia. Here's what we are signed up for. So People's Choice. Dubai. Yes. More importantly, though, I want to see down the road, did we actually get an invite to those races? Engine Tour of California? Yes, we are registered. Oh, yes. We're going to get a couple World Tour races. I love it. Love it. That's not going to work, though. We cannot have 3 races on the same day. Our team is not big enough for that. We can handle 2. We have enough riders for that. We have, 15 riders? So we can send 7 and 7 and still have 1 rider left over. Potentially somebody injured at that time or just somebody getting a rest day. But we certainly cannot send 3 teams out at once. We cannot be in 3 places at once. So taking a look at that calendar, it does appear that we are going to be a lot more busy this year. Let's see here. Where is our other Dunkirk, Tour California? Did I miss something here? What's the other one we are supposed to be in? No, not that Flandern. National Championships. A couple objectives there. Really surprised about the French one. I want to go back and look at our sponsors here again in a little bit. Well, we're at least signed up for one of those, but I can't find the other at the moment, and I've forgotten which one I'm looking for. It is Dwars in March. And yes, okay, so we are signed up for both. We did get those invites via sponsor. Thank you. Back to that sponsor, though. There's more to see than just the objectives. No other the results, of course, are going to matter. Registered riders will matter over the course of the season. But squad, still not looking better from last season, actually. Vervecchi, most popular guy right now. Okay evaluation. We've got max evaluation for Belgium and Netherlands now. Our U.S. evaluation actually dropped a little bit. We need 1 more U.S. rider come next season if we're going to stick with this sponsor. Wachtendorf is now the most popular U.S. rider that we have. That's a bit of a problem. So I would need a bigger name from the U.S. with that signing for next season. And that would take care of both of these. Now, what I'm going to need to do with the calendar here, what I'm going to end up doing off camera as we are out of time for the episode, I'm going to be looking at where we have 2 races, where we have 1. Our strength is obviously still as a sprint team first and foremost. We're going to climb a lot better. We're going to be a lot more competitive. We can do most races now. We've got a couple guys who can do Northern Classics, so we'll be more and more competitive in a lot of different areas. And there's no double ups in the first 3 months. This is where we get kind of our first overload. And this CLM would probably be the one. Oh, okay, we don't need to worry about that. That's Youth National Championships, so we are not in 2 races at once. So we are okay, no worries there. We do have two races with Croatia and the Tour of Gila. Dunkirk is going to overlap with the Engine Tour of California. And then Norway come after that, but that's okay. That's the National Championships. That's okay. Denmark. Utah. Okay, here's another double going on at the same time, but they're okay. Here's another double. Again with doubles, but no triples. Triples is what I really need to avoid. And back to the start of the year. Okay, so we're okay on that front. There's nothing doubled up. From this point on, I'll be looking at all of the stages or all of the races that we're not signed up to, see which ones I might want to try to get an invite to, but it's going to be difficult for us as we are an unknown new Pro Continental team. So we'll get points where we can. We'll get performance where we can. We definitely want to compete in that Pro Continental front. We definitely want to pick up that $12,000 increase to our budget for next season. But at this point, we could end up spending 100% of that on one rider. Or letting a couple guys go to get one or two good riders. We'll see. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.